Now, more than ever, the need for books that represent a diverse and varied range of perspectives is growing in our libraries. As the Black Lives Matter movement continues its ever-growing work of representation of Black lives and addressing the systemic racism that the United States was built on, the need for books specifically for young people that showcase their experience grows. Conversely, those young adults who do not identify as Black are provided a lens through these books into the Black experience in America, hopefully giving them opportunities to consider their own privileges and challenging them to use that privilege to work towards dismantling systemic racism. The following books focus specifically on Black lives. Monster by Walter Dean Myers, Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson, Calling My Name by Liara Tamani, Dear Martin by Nick Stone, All American Boys by Jason Reynolds and Brendan Kiley, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson, and American Street by A.B. Zoboy. Imagine you were accused of a crime you did not commit. Imagine that crime is murder. You're forced to serve time in jail before your trial. People already assume you are guilty. And you can't really remember where you were or what you did on that day, because to you it was just another random day. This is the situation that Steve Harmon finds himself in. Steve is 15, Black, an aspiring filmmaker who is implicated in the murder of a convenience store owner by other young men he barely knows. Told through a series of flashbacks and screenplays of various scenes, Steve tries to process what really happened that day and how he is going to get through his trial. If you're not a big fan of the traditional style of novel and like movies and movie scripts, then this is a good read for you. What really happened with Rashad in the convenience store? Will Kryn recognize his privilege and speak up to defend a stranger? What happens when a Black kid trips over a white lady and is beaten within an inch of his life by a white police officer? Jason Reynolds and Brendan Kiley try to answer these questions in a novel that examines the realities of police brutality on young Black boys in America. Told through the alternating perspectives of Rashad and Quinn, readers will witness how they each must struggle and grow to learn about the people in their lives and what kind of people they themselves want to be. If you like basketball, realistic fiction, or books written in multiple perspectives, then this is your next good read. Mary Addison was 9 years old when she killed Alyssa Richardson, 3 months old. Allegedly. At 16 years old, Mary finds herself a ward of the state for a crime readers are not sure she really committed. So what happens next to a Black girl convicted of killing a white baby with barely any evidence? Brutal group homes, a mother struggling with mental illness, working with a lawyer through an innocence project, and trying to keep her unborn child alive and in her own custody once it is born, Mary's story is nothing short of heroic. Allegedly. Pick up this title if you enjoy suspense, realistic fiction, or a good twist ending. Have you ever wondered what famous people throughout history might think of the world we're living in today? After being arrested for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, 17-year-old Justice McAllister begins writing to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as a sort of therapy for the racial profiling that he and other young Black boys are going through in America, especially in the South. Justice's voice and perspective are raw, real, and powerful, and his observations about his life in a predominantly white school are accurate to many young readers' experiences today. Pick up Dear Martin to find out if Justin's chance encounter is the only time he has to struggle with owning his identity, or whether being Black in America requires constant vigilance. Of the 3,700 books received by the Cooperative Children's Book Center from U.S. publishers in 2017, only 340 of them featured Black characters or content. Of those 340, only 100 were represented by #own voices in illustrator or authorship. But according to kidscount.org, Black children made up approximately 14% of the population of people under 18 in the United States in 2017. We must do better by them. Our children deserve better.